Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, we're here today to talk about just some things that's going on. And I would say the news, but it's not real news. It's like the gossip. What they talking about like online. What's popular. First things first, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you be part of the beautiful people family. Like the video, you guys, it does wonders for my algorithm. Um, and yeah, let's get to the shit. All right, you guys. So first up, Joe Budden and Drake. So the boys are fighting. Apparently Drake came out with an album that I did not hear and probably will never hear unless we're at like Thanksgiving and the kids play it. You know, the kids. And that's the problem. Joe critiqued the album. He did say it was good and he liked it. However, he said that Drake is not evolving, and Drake is pretty much doing what the young people are doing, and he feels like he's better than that. So he wasn't really being mean. He was actually giving him credit, but he was just saying it's coming off kind of money grabby. Like, like he's just doing whatever to get some money, which he does. He don't need to do money grabs or whatever. But there's just like no evolvement basically in the project. And so as he's going on, you know how Joe goes on his rants and everything, and he's like, yeah, quit catering to, the young adults and quit fucking 25-year-olds. And I feel like Drake really had an issue with him saying he's fucking 25-year-olds. And let me just say, if he is, that's nasty. And yeah, he really needs to stop, messing around with 25-year-olds because my baby is 25. And if she told me she was messing around with Aubrey, that would be net. Like, I would have a problem with that, seriously. Because how old is he? I don't even know how old he is. 30s, late 30s? I don't know, but he's too old to be messing around with 25-year-olds, in my opinion. But Drake ends up coming back with this long dissertation about Joe being basically a failure and this is what he has to do since he can't rap. This is how he makes his money. And I'm like, okay, he makes money though. Like, this is what he does. And he goes into how he has a private jet and Joe just has like this modest home somewhere. And I'm like, what is he talking about? Seriously, what is he talking about? I feel like something's going on with Drake, you guys. Like, what's wrong with him? He used to be above all of this bullshit, and now he's not. Because didn't he just come at Charlemagne? Like, and the thing with this is, I feel like it's a whole thing of a hit dog will holler. Like, he knows or he feels that there's been a lot of backlash about this album not being great. And apparently he knows it and he feels it and he's upset that Joe, said something about it. Because if he knew it was a great album, he wouldn't have addressed Joe, I don't think. So I just really honestly feel like this is a case of a hit dog will holler and it's just too much. So Drake ends up going in on Joe and yeah, it was a lot. And it was embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie, it was embarrassing. Like I was reading it like, ooh, oh. But then also it came off really petty and like, why though? Like, who cares that you have a jet and everything? Like, who cares? And then Joe, his comment back was just like, oh, he'll grow up one day. You'll have to grow up one day. Okay, that was nice and mature. But then he goes on to the podcast and he reads off DMs that him and Drake had going back and forth about it. And Drake is basically really, really upset about the 25-year-old, stop fucking 25-year-old things or whatever. Like, he really is. And I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's stupid. Hopefully this story has run its course and we don't have to hear about it anymore. Because, like, I just really don't care, you guys. Do you guys care about Joe Budden and Drake? I don't. Like, I'm okay moving past it. All right, next up, you guys, is Miss Carly Russell. Carly Russell is the young lady that found the toddler on the expressway, so to speak, because we all know that she really didn't. But, she planned her own kidnapping or missing person situation. Like, it's just all so unfortunate. And then to hear that she did it all for a man. But we're not going to go back into the case. We already know what the case it was. But Miss Mama's had her day in court and they want her to do jail time. So the prosecutors are really going for her having a hefty fine. I think it's over 500,000 or something in like restitution, but they also really want her to do jail time up to a year. And I don't know. How do y'all feel? What do you guys think? Should she do jail time? I mean, what she did was shitty, sure. Does she deserve jail time? Is she okay in the head? Like, I'm sorry. Sometimes mental health does play a part in it. Like, who thinks of doing something like that? Has she been evaluated? We don't want to just put somebody in jail when they're not like mentally competent. Well, she's a nurse or something, right? Or MA. Well, I don't know what she is, but she was working with people, which is kind of scary in the medical field. But I don't know. Is it just love? Like love make you do some crazy things, or is she unstable? But at this point, I guess it doesn't matter. She was found guilty, so all of that don't matter. It's just a matter of if they're gonna give her time or not. Now I don't know when we're gonna find that out, but I'll be waiting to see. I mean, I wouldn't wish jail on anyone. I would not wish jail on anyone, especially someone that young. And, it would be super unfortunate for her parents. And, like, this young lady definitely did some shit. Like, she messed up some lives with this whole thing. And hopefully she learned her lesson. She lost her job, lost her man. And hopefully she learned her lesson. I don't know if jail time is what she needs, but you guys tell me what you think. Let's move on. All right, you guys. Next up would be the Smiths. And oh God. I love the way everybody is just like, listen, stop telling us shit because we don't want to know. And that's the way I feel. Like, I don't care. I don't care about their business at all. And the more they tell it, the more we don't care. So, listen, if that was their strategy, we just gonna come out and tell y'all all our shit so that eventually you guys just don't care and y'all, we can do whatever we want to do because y'all don't care. Well, we're here. We're at that point where none of us care about the fact that she has a book coming out that she's promoting. She's doing interviews, and she said that they've been separated, living separate lives since 2016. They have not been together in a marriage or whatever. And I just don't understand the point of lying. Like, why are we lying? Why do we care? Why do we think that the world cares enough to where we have to like really put on this show? Who are they putting on the show for? Their kids are grown. Their kid, like, why are we doing this when we don't care? The public, we don't care. So I don't know, but some people do that bullshit and stay married. It's just ridiculous to me, but it's not my life. So listen, if you like it, I love it. But just keep us out of it. Like, we don't want to hear anymore. I honestly am not lying when I say I don't have to hear from them again. Like, I don't care what goes on in their household or their separate households. I don't care. I really don't. So do we feel better about the August Alsina thing now that we know that they were separated? I think not. Like, I don't, because he was still a young guy that I feel like she took advantage of. So I don't feel good about that August Alsina thing, even though they were in an entanglement. Not really, because you were basically not with your husband anymore. And listen, again, not my business. I don't care enough. I just want them to stop writing books, stop doing red table talks, stop being on the blogs telling us all their business. We just really want them to go away. So we wish them well. Just go away. All right, and I know you fucking lying. News. We have Kevin Gates spitting in this young lady's mouth. You guys, when I tell you I am disgusted, and it was disgusting, and her parents have to be mortified. Like, oh my God, I would kill my kid. I would kill my kid if she was on stage doing some nasty shit like this. I swear to God. So, from what I heard, I don't know the full story. From what I heard, he actually announced that this is what he wanted to do, and he was, asking for takers, and people were raising their hand to be chosen. Like, so it was more than her that was willing to do this, and she was chosen. Her face is all over everywhere. When I tell you her family has to be disgusted, oh my God. Now, this isn't my first time hearing this. Like, I actually do watch the Joe Budden show, just an FYI. And it came up a few years ago on the Joe Budden show where he was talking about spitting in women's mouths or whatever. And he's like, oh, if you haven't done it, then you need to grow up. And I was just like, is this really a thing? Like, is this really a thing? Oh my God. I pray my baby is not out here letting these nasty ass men, whoever, boyfriend, I don't give a shit, like spit in her. Oh my God. This is so not even just my baby, my nieces, my nephew. Don't do it. Don't. Oh, anyway, that's all to this story is that she let him spit in her mouth and it's all over everywhere. And I am just embarrassed for her. And like, I have secondhand embarrassment for her, her mother, father, like cousins, like anyone that knows that. Oh, God, it's just so nasty, y'all. Do y'all see the picture? Disgusting. We'll move on. All right, next up is Sergio Brown. You guys, he plays for, I have no idea. Never heard of him in my life. Sorry to that man. I would not know that man if I walked past him on the street. But you know, we know that something happened where they said he was missing and then they found his mom dead and they couldn't find him. He shows up in Mexico and he's doing all these videos and everything where he's partying and just not giving a shit about his mom. And I'm over here like, go get him. Like, let's go. Obviously he had something to do with it. Like, why are we not getting him? So finally he has been extradited back to the States and he is taken into custody, I guess, and with some sort of involvement in his mom's death. So we don't know what happened just as of yet. And it's funny because I was talking to my boyfriend about it and I'm just like, what do you think? Do you feel like he has like CTE or like, because he was really acting like nothing happened on these videos that I really did not watch. I'm not even gonna lie. I just saw very small clips of the fact that he was just like moving around and he was at parties or whatever, but I didn't listen to anything he had to say. But I'm like, do you think he has CTE? And I mean, that's always a possibility. However, of course, we know with CTE, you don't know until after they pass away. That's number one. Number two, I also feel like, do we use that as an excuse for these football players and their bad behavior now? Like anytime they're beating their women and doing anything wrong, we immediately go to, oh my God, maybe it's CTE. No, maybe he's just batshit crazy on his own and killed his mom. Or, you know, like maybe these assholes that be beating up their women, maybe they're just assholes for real. It's possible. So I don't know. But I'm just happy that he's caught. I would love to know what happened and hear what's going on with this story, CTE or not. Yeah, I'm happy he's caught and he's exactly where he needs to be because it was fishy from day one, especially from the first video. And hopefully we'll get some justice for his mom. Look at his mom. Yeah, I just think it's really shitty that how do you kill your mom? Oh my God. Anyway, prayers to the family though, and he can fuck off. All right, you guys, that's it. I just wanted to touch on a few of the top stories, and I will see you guys in the next video. Yeah, I'm not gonna make any promises about which video that's gonna be, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Again, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the Beautiful People family. Like the video, you guys, comment, and yeah, let's talk about some things. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you are still here, you are the real MVP. Smooches.